Lasso tool is used to make freehand selection. Let's see how that works. To do that, let's first create a layer. Click on this to save that layer. Ctrl J to duplicate, Ctrl J to duplicate, Ctrl J to duplicate, Ctrl J to duplicate. So we now have 5 copies. Hide the 4 copies of that layer. First thing, in order to access a freehand lasso tool, click and hold on this and select this lasso tool. So I'm going to click and move around my cursor to make selection of this lasso tool of this extent. Click on mask tool to mask that layer. Click on this to hide that layer and unhide the second layer. On this second layer, I'm also going to make a freehand selection like this. To add selection to this, simply click on this and make a selection that is going to add to that selection. To remove or subtract a selection, use the icon there and remove that selection. And I can multiply a selection by clicking this. Then when I select this, it's going to multiply that selection. Click and select this. I can alternatively use the shift key in order to add a selection. Use alternate key in order to subtract a selection. Use shift alternate in order to multiply a selection. I can make use of this to move this selection to another point I want it to be. Select this layer, the visible one, and click on mask. Hide this layer and unhide this one, then select that layer. Make sure that this is at 0. I'm going to make a scale selection here, then click on mask tool. From here, I'm going to use move tool to move this to a side. Unhide this second layer and then also move it to the right direction after selecting it. I'm now going to change back to my lasso tool by pressing L. Change this feather to 50 pixels and make a similar selection from what you have just made recent. Then click on mask tool to mask that layer. This have a very soft end, and that's the function of this feather. The more feather you have, the more soft it is. The laser feather, the more sharp it is. Thank you very much. See you next.